Hello everyone, so today we are going to be making these super fun paper plates with our growing plants. So as we can see, the plants, flowers grow out of the soil and they grow up. And now they're super fun to make, but they also help us learn about all the things we need to help plants grow. So we need some soil, which is where they get all their food from, and that's their roots there, do you see it? And that's where they draw all their nutrients in. And it also needs some sunlight and some water to help it grow. So we've got all those different things in our picture, and then because of that our plant will grow really, really tall, so which is really good fun. So to make our picture, what we need is we need a paper plate, we need a lollipop stick, but if you don't have a lollipop stick, a pen will work, or a different coloured lollipop stick, or a spoon, a little teaspoon even would work perfectly. And we need a sheet of paper to draw all our little bits on, and we need some felt tip pens or some paint, and we also need some glue or some sticky tape. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of paper and we're going to draw on our things, so our shapes that we need. So the first thing that we're going to draw is we're going to draw a circle for the sun, so just a little circle. It's not too big. The next thing that we're going to draw is we're going to draw 3 flowers. So again, they don't need to be really big, but just 3 flowers, however you want. I'll hold them up, and if you want to trace them on the camera, that's fine. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some leaves, spats of leaves. So if you do want to trace them, if you pause the video just now, and then you can put your paper over the screen really, really lightly and trace over it. Otherwise you can have a go and draw your own. And the last thing that we're going to draw is our little person. So this is my little girl, and I'm going to colour her in a wee second. But that's the shape there. And she's got a wee watering can, but you could maybe do, if you wanted to something simpler, you could draw a little stick figure, like that maybe, or with a little watering can. It's totally up to you. So you could do it like that maybe, that would also work really well. But it's totally up to you, but this is the one I've drawn. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out all these shapes. I'm going to colour them in. So this circle here is for the sun, so I'm going to colour it in yellow. I'm going to colour these in green for the leaves, and I'm going to colour in the flowers lots of different colours, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so once we have cut out our shapes, so with the little girl I've just left the outline around her, but all the others I've cut out around them. What we're going to do is we are going to put together our plant first, and then we're going to put the whole thing together in the plate. So I've got my lollipop stick. Now I've got a green one so that it looks like a stem, but if you've not got a green one, that's fine. You could colour it in, or you could just leave it whatever colour it is, or you can use a pencil or a pen, or anything that's sort of thin and long will work. It's totally up to you. So what we're going to do is we are going to glue our flowers onto the lollipop stick. So I'm just using a little bit of my glue stick, and I'm just going to glue, so the first one on there, I'm going to take the second one, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing. So I'm not going to put them straight up and down, I'm going to kind of stagger them like so. And then the third one, a little bit more, so that it kind of looks like that. And then I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to stick them underneath. Ooh. Ooh. Like so. So that's my 2 leaves and my flowers on my green stem. So that's that bit finished just now. So we can just put that to the side, and then I will show you how to do the next bit. So the next bit's going to involve our plate, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take my brown pen, and I just picked up a little bit of fluff. I'm going to pick up my brown pen, and I'm going to basically draw from a sort of jagged line. It doesn't need to be super straight, about third of the way from the bottom, like this. So that is the bottom half of our plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour all of this in brown so that it looks like dirt, and then I will show you what to do next. Okay, so that has me coloured in the bottom half of my plate so it looks like soil. Now what I'm going to do is I've got a slightly darker brown. If you don't have a darker brown, you could use black, or you could just use a different colour, or you could just miss this step out, and that's totally up to you. But what I'm going to do is I am going to draw some roots for the plant so that they look kind of like that. So I'm just going to very quickly colour them in. But if you don't have a brown, don't worry about that, or if it's not showing up. So that is my plant roots there. As you can see, you can't see them very well, so don't worry about it. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to take our little sun and we're going to glue it to our plate. So I'm going to stick it about on one side, sort of most of the way up, like that. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take my black pen and I'm going to do some little sun rays coming out of it, just so that it looks like a sun, like that. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the bit for the lollipop stick to come out of. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to line up my lollipop stick there just so I can kind of see. I'm just going to make a little mark with my pen. So kind of where the root is, you can just see the tiny little marks. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to bend my plate ever so slightly, like that. So I'm not going to bend it properly, I'm just going to bend it a little bit. And I'm just going to snip a little hole in it there, like that. And that might be all you need, like so. So that you can fit that through. I'm going to make mine slightly bigger because it's a little bit too small. But it doesn't need to be super big. Just enough for your lollipop stick or your pen to come out of, like so. And then it needs to be wide enough for your flowers to fit through. So whatever the widest point is, just cut along it like that, so that it should look like that. Perfect. So that's my little hole put in. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our little girdle. So I'm going to put her about there. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of the paper, like so, and stick her on like that. And once she's stuck on like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black pen again and I'm going to draw some rain coming, some water coming out of the watering can. Just little dots like that, all the way down to the ground. So it looks like she's watering it. And then what should happen is if she waters the watering can like this, we take our flowers and our flowers can grow up as they get watered, like so. So that is our finished growing plant paper plate. So I hope you had fun making this and I look forward to seeing you all soon.